Zoe witnesses her father's fatal injury and is overcome with grief and shock. She confronts the killers and exacts her revenge. Zoe stared on in horror as her father fell to the ground, blood pouring out of a sword wound. She knew that there was no chance for him to survive something that deep. Tears pooled up in her eyes at the thought of losing her father. She heard someone scream but didn't know who it belonged to. It seemed like the world had stopped as she walked slowly towards the two figures who killed her father, the king. She was in shock and disbelief, unable to comprehend what had happened. She felt helpless and powerless as the life she had known was suddenly ripped away. She could only stand there and stare, her tears streaming down her face as the reality of the situation began to sink in. Once Zoe got closer to them, the world seemed to have restarted again, and she mercilessly killed both of them at the same time for taking away her only family she had left. She only experienced a sense of justice and revenge. She also experienced a sense of relief that her family had been taken back by those who hurt her. Zoe had been through a lot in her life and had lost her family more than once. She had no one to turn to and nowhere to turn, and the two people who killed her family had taken away her last chance of finding someone to care for her. She felt a sense of righteous anger and retribution, and a sense of closure knowing that justice had been served. Gawain comforts Zoe after the loss of her father, offering support and reminding her that she is not alone. Zoe stood near her dead father's body as she softly cried her eyes out. She felt like nothing would be the same without her father. Now she was a true orphan, and nobody knew her pain. Soon she felt a knight's arms wrap around her. Zoe turned around and saw Gawain. She cried out relieved that he had survived. However, she didn't realize she was weeping until she heard him say it would be okay. She also heard him say that he was there for her. Gawain's gesture showed Zoe that she was not alone, and that he still had her back. He was offering her a shoulder to cry on, a comforting embrace and emotional support. He was showing her that even though her father was gone, he was there to help her in her time of need. His simple gesture of being there for her meant the world to Zoe. It was a gesture of kindness, understanding and compassion that let her know he was still her protector and friend. It was a reminder to Zoe that she was never alone, and that there was still someone there for her to lean on.